I'm Coach Lauren, and in this video, Coach Ethan and I are going to be going over the gymnastics events that you can enter into for the Summer Virtual Games for Special Olympics.
Alright, for the Special Olympics vault, what you'll do is you'll find a starting point. It can be a line like I have, or it can just be a point on the floor or wherever that you mark. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your toes on the edge of that line with your feet together. Now that's really important. While you do your vault, you have to have your feet together the whole time. And keeping your feet together, you're going to jump as far as you can and stick. Now you're going to measure from the top or the front of your line to the tip of your toe. So it'll be toe to toe measuring. And you can do a maximum of 2 tries or 2 measurements that you could send in. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like right now. So I'm gonna put my toes on the line, and I'm gonna have my arms in front. I'm gonna swing back, and I'm gonna jump as far as I can, keeping my feet together. Now I have a little piece of chalk that I'm gonna mark where my toe is, and I'm gonna measure how far my jump was, and the measurement has to be in meters and centimeters, not in feet and inches. So I'm gonna take the tip of my measuring tape, or whatever you have. I'm gonna put it all the way out until I get to my mark, if I can get it there. Thank you, Coach Lauren. And I jumped 2 meters and 25 centimeters, give or take.
And I'm just going to make sure that I'm landing in my nice safe landing pose too, with my knees bent and my arms in front. That's going to help me stick it.
Here's Coach Lauren doing another demonstration. So you can see she's marking where the tip of her toe was, and we would measure in meters and centimeters from there. Next submission you can send in is how many sit-ups you can do in 1 minute or 60 seconds. So what you can do is you'll be seated, and you can have someone holding your feet to help you with your sit-ups, and you have to start all the way down with your back on the ground and sit all the way up until your elbows touch your legs. And how many of those you can do in 60 seconds. So the person who's holding your feet can also be timing you. Another event for the virtual summer games is how many push-ups you can do in a minute. So have someone time you for how many push-ups you can do. So for push-ups, you'll start with your hands flat in a plank shape. So you want your bottom up, and you want to see how many you can go all the way down as far as you can, and all the way back up. How many push-ups you can do in 1 minute.
So for the log roll event for the virtual games, you're going to set it up with 3 lines. I'm using tape lines. You could use chalk lines. Just make sure that they're very nice and straight. So from your center line, each one's going to be about 2 inches away from that. And you're going to try to line up your belly button so it's in line with that middle line. And the goal is to keep it between those outside lines as you're rolling. So when I'm doing a log roll, I want to make sure that my arms are nice and straight up by my ears and my legs are squeezed tight together. And I'm going to roll to my belly and to my back. And you're going to do as many as you can down your line, making sure again that that belly button is staying in the middle. For the scale event, we're going to be standing on one leg, lifting our other leg straight behind us. It needs to be at a 45-degree angle or higher. Arms, you get to choose. They could be out to the sides. That might help you balance. If it's easier, way up high. Or you could do arms as you choose. But you need to be able to balance and stay there. And you're going to count count how long in seconds you can stay solid in that position. Alright, so this is the floor and beam event for the summer virtual games. So it's going to start with a straight jump. So you're going to jump and land in your safe landing pose. The next thing you're going to do is a tuck jump. So you're going to jump knees up to your belly and again landing in that safe landing pose. And then you're going to squat down and do your half turn. So without taking any more steps, you're just going to flip onto your bottom and land. And you're going to pause here for 3 seconds. So I'm going to show you that all together. Tuck jump. And squat, half turn. Okay, so next I'm going to show you the rhythmic apparatus that you could choose from. So I'm going to show you all 4, the ball, ribbon, rope, and hoop, but you only need to pick one to enter into. Apparatus for rhythmic. So for this one, you're going to try to keep your arms nice and straight. You're going to toss and catch. Every single time you catch it, try to toss a little bit higher on the next one. You're going to see how many you can do in a row, tossing and catching before it falls or drops. And you can do it twice per your entry. For the Summer Olympic Virtual Games, you can try to spin your hoop, and you can do it with 2 hands to start. You're going to kind of walk your hands around like a spider, see how many rotations you can get before it falls. And if that's really easy for you, because I know it is for a lot of you, I want you to try it with 1 hand, and if that's easy, try it with your other hand. Alright, so for our rhythmic apparatus, here's our ribbon, which you can do if you choose. We're going to do our figure 8s. So you're going to make a circle, oh my goodness, windy. You're going to make a circle on one side of your body and bring it around to the other side. And you want to keep it moving so it's not getting stuck or laying down on the floor. And you can see how many figure 8s, how many nice figure 8s you can do in a row. And if that's easy for you, I challenge you to try it on your other hand. Alright, so for the rhythmic apparatus for the rope, if you choose to do the rope, you're going to try to see how long you can keep your rope going overhead in your rotation. I'm holding both of my knots in my hand, so it's folded in half. And you just want to see how many times you can keep it going around in a row. An easier way to make this happen is with a nice straight arm, and you're just really moving your wrist. To set out a line that's about 2 feet long, and so our preparation, I'm using a rope because that's how they demonstrated it in their video, but they're going to step to the other side of the line, and they're going to bring their back foot up to a passe. So while I do that, I'm going to try to turn so I'm facing the opposite direction. So I'm going to go around and land in my susu up on releve, making sure I'm still on that line, and you can continue, step, many in a row you can do before you fall off that line. And you can try twice.